Your story does not define you, it informs you. And I'm speaking to all of the mystics, the light workers, and the magicians out there who are here to transform the way we put our world together and the way we create in the atmosphere, in the stratosphere of this beautiful earth that we live on. So welcome everyone to this week's Frequency Intel. I'm so grateful that you're all here and joining me for this Frequency Intel and contributing your frequency to what I'm reading in the collective consciousness. And as I was tapping into the collective energies and frequencies today, and for the last few days, this has been coming in. You know, we've been in this wake of the massive energies that have been coming into the atmosphere to guide us and inform us in the activities that have been happening on the earth. The ley lines have been shifting on the earth, and the geomagnetic stress that's been creating as the ley lines shift on the earth has really been impacting all of us, and sort of this tearing apart energy that we've been in, and that energy has really softened and quieted. And the impact of this last full moon, we're still in the afterglow of the snow full moon from yesterday, which is a super welcome frequency, this softening, this quieting down of the internal energies that are present in all of us. I've been really feeling that quieting down of the energies just in the last 8 hours. So I'm grateful to have this quiet time, and really speaking to that term mystic. And I've had this really strange and interesting relationship with that word, because I see everything as frequency. Everything to me is frequency, and that word has been so elusive. And it's finally grounding and landing in a way that I think is really beneficial for those of us who are walking this path of transformation and really choosing to change the collective consciousness, our collective agreements that we've all been living under. That is really what's changing right now, is our collective agreements have been changing. And I was working in the Akashic records earlier this week and went beyond the Akashic records that I'm familiar with and into the Akashic records of the collective agreements that we've been creating out of for the past 4,000 years. And it was quite startling to move into the collective agreements sort of section of the library, if that's what you want to, how you want to reference that. And to this understanding, this awareness of the frequencies, the beneficial frequencies that are here to support us as we work together in this new hybridization of the human genome, is to work with the frequency of decomposition. And I love this frequency, because we can think of this frequency of decomposition as the leaves falling from the tree, and then the snow coming, and the wind coming, and the fire of the sun coming, and the earth, the microbes of the earth coming up. So all of these energies coming down, the water element, the fire element, the air element coming down on these leaves sitting on the ground, and the earth coming up with her beautiful microbes, and these four elements coming together to take that leaf and turn it into the richness of fertile soil that we can plant anew in. And I love the way that we're being so supported right now by the beings that love us and that are helping us through this massive transformation that we're in. Bringing joy and humor to it has really been massively beneficial. And so I encourage, if you can get into that frequency of humor, of joy, of love, the best way to get there is always through gratitude. I'm so grateful for what is happening in this now moment. And so this frequency of decomposition is coming to support what I've been shown in the visions that I receive for all of us to work with, is our souls coming in these very quiet whispers, but insistent whispers. So our souls are really here supporting us to work with this way of really looking at our stories as an information system rather than a definition of us. So our stories don't define us, they inform us. And if we come from that lens, that perspective of our stories, it is massively empowering, because we can utilize our stories, whatever we've been through, whatever we've experienced, whatever we've created in our lives up until this now moment, it's just like a book of information that we can sift and sort through. And those are the other two frequencies that are really prominent right now. That was part of the vision that I was seeing, our souls sort of whispering in our ears and giving us these new codes of information to reactivate parts of our brain, parts of our consciousness that have been dormant, activating our DNA, the strands of our DNA that have been dormant, that are now available to us to utilize, to create from now. And so these energies of sifting and sorting are here to support us. So we can take this quiet time, this afterglow of the full moon, which, right, the full moon brings up in us what has been unseen. It gives us permission to go into the darkness. This is the mystic. This is my new awareness of the mystic, is someone who is devoted to transformation, someone who is devoted to understanding the mysteries of life and moving into higher and higher states of consciousness, moving into higher states of awareness of the possibilities of life, of understanding ourselves. And so sifting and sorting through our stories and taking with us the lessons and the codes of awareness that transform our ability to understand at a level of consciousness that we haven't had access to before. And so what that really means is that we're accessing new information, new realities, to say, oh, I've had my head focused downward and looking at the path right in front of my feet. Let me transform my view and look straight ahead and trust that I know that I will be safe to walk forward without always having that microscopic view of my feet walking in front of me, to make sure I don't step in a hole or something, and trusting that if we look up and say, wow, there's a whole world, there's a whole reality that I wasn't aware of until this moment, and taking that in and being in the presence of gratitude, which expands the reality that we're in. And so the strategies for working with these frequencies of decomposition, I love that word. I think about the word composition, to compose, to bring together, to move into a harmonic resonance, to take the pieces that are available and to put them in an order that is harmonious, that is life-sustaining, and that is life-affirming. And when we take the opposite of that, decomposition, we're taking all of the elements of our life and we're pulling them apart rather than bringing them together in composition. We're decomposing. We are moving everything into its origin, into its singularity, and looking at all of the pieces that we have, and then beginning to sift and sort and make new choices. And this brings me to the strategy that is being offered to us from the beings of light. I've been working with the consciousness, this collective who call themselves RA, R-A, and they are the bringers of the light, and helping illuminate what is actually true. And so the strategy that they have offered to us, when I asked, well, how can we work with this decomposition in a really positive, affirmative, a really beneficial way that supports us and gives us courage and confidence to create in new ways. And so they were talking about self-reliance, becoming self-reliant, not relying upon anything out here in our view to inform us, but actually becoming self-reliant by coming inward, becoming the mystic, right? Becoming the magician. The magician archetype is such a beautiful archetype. I think of Merlin, who has been one of my guides since I can remember, since I was a very little girl, and who is so incredibly loving and mysterious in a lot of ways. And so we can tap into that, the frequency, the energy of mystery, and become that curious child while we're sifting and sorting through the decomposition of our story, of our lives, and then asking from in here, what needs to stay? And what do I need to release and let go of, and let the earth and the other elementals turn back into the fertile soil of richness that I can plant my new seeds in and create from. And so what needs to be decomposed in our lives? Is it ideas? Is it relationships? Is it arguments that we've been having, internal arguments, or arguments that we've been having with others? Do we need to release and let go of arguing, period? Do we need to let go of, are there beliefs that we need to decompose and sift and sort through? Are there contracts or self-identifications? That's been a big frequency that we've been working with, is dissolving our identity that has seemed so solid and so immutable, and actually allowing for the identity of the self to dissolve so that we can find out who we actually are, who we truly are. The other things that are really present for me, and so I know that as I'm tapping into the collective energies, these are really big energies that need to be decomposed, and that is the energy of grudges. Where are we not able to forgive and release others and ourselves from karmic obligations or contracts that are no longer benefiting our growth and expansion, that are no longer benefiting the transformation of the human genome? The other frequencies that we may need to release and let go of are shame and imprints. Where are we holding shame? Shame of others shame of ourselves that we need to release and let go of. And those can be, shame is often tied to imprints. Imprints are belief systems, energies, frequencies that we've taken in that have often come from outside of us. And so where are we holding shame? In the form of an imprint that we took on from others, and dropping those and releasing them and allowing them to decompose, because the frequencies, the energies of grudges, of shame, are frequencies that we that are absolutely not true. They are part of the false matrix. They are part of the old way of creating that we absolutely need to sift and sort through and release and let go of. So that can be challenging work sometimes, especially if we've really been hurt by others or had experiences that are really harsh. And so that is requiring that we move into those higher frequencies and bandwidths of information, and asking, how is this experience, how has it benefited me, rather than how has it hurt me? And so that is the strategy that we can work with to really transform our story, and to really understand this beautiful mantra that dropped in for us at the beginning of the frequency intel. And your story doesn't define you; it informs you. And viewing our world through that lens, that is a gift. That is a beautiful gift that we are being given to work with the transformation of our self-identification, and to release our story as defining us. It doesn't define us. It only defines us if we give it permission to define us. And so the quiet whisperings of our soul, one of the things that I want to gift us with is the question, what is your why? What is your internal, intrinsic motivation for everything that you do? Just taking a minute to get quiet, and maybe we can all drop in together and listen to hear what that why is. And so if you're here with me live, thank you so much for joining me. I love seeing all of you here. And let's drop in together for just a minute and take a moment to hear the soft whisperings of our soul, and to move into that space of self-reliance. And I want to remind us all that self-reliance doesn't always mean doing everything on your own. It means that you also have permission to ask for help, to say, I need support, and to drop into your compass, your internal guidance system, and to listen for who I need to ask for support, listening and then asking. So let's drop in together, and just by lowering or closing your eyes and taking a moment to notice where your breath is entering your body. Just noticing where your consciousness is right now. Do you feel fully present in this moment, or do you feel a bit scattered or fragmented in this moment? Just noticing. Taking your awareness and your attention inside of you, into your space of self-reliance. Breathing breathing into this moment, breathing into the spaces in between the spaces, in between the spaces inside of you. And listening for your frequency, for the frequency of you. And then dropping in deeper. And asking, what is my intrinsic motivation? Why do I do what I do? What motivates me from the inside? What is my internal compass attuned to? And listening. And trusting the messages, the images, the frequencies, the visions, the sounds, the crystal clear knowing that you receive. And taking a gentle, deep breath all the way down into your pelvic bowl. And taking another breath and breathing your consciousness all the way up into the center of your brain, into your third eye. And opening your third eye and visioning the path before you. Paying attention to the impressions, the thoughts, sounds that you receive as you focus through your third eye into the future visioning of your life. Bringing your conscious awareness into the center of you, into the four-sided, double-ended diamond, the light pulsating, vibrating in the center of your being. Folding through the portals of time and collapsing your most fulfilling, vibrant, intoxicatingly beautiful and loving future into this present moment. And allowing it to permeate every cell, every molecule, every fractal, every particle, every atom of you. And coming back into present moment awareness through your breath. Breathing into the palms of your hands, placing your hands together in front of your heart. into the layer of compassion. And just spreading that compassion out into your auric field and opening your eyes, bringing with you all that you received. This beautiful micro transmission of dreaming your most beloved future into the present moment. Listening to the whisperings of your soul and moving through the process of decomposing and sifting and sorting through the creations in your life, coming into the awareness that you are the creator of your reality. And now you know what your why is, why you create. And my why that came through is I do everything that I do so that I can say thank you. So that I can be in that depth of love that is gratitude. Gratitude for every moment here on earth. So I'd love for you to drop comments telling me what your why is, telling all of us, sharing what your why is, what came through for you in that beautiful transmission, and continuing to connect into this collective circle that we're creating of mystics and light workers and magicians, creating and transforming our reality at this time. So that's it for this week's Frequency Intel. I will be back next week for another Frequency Intel. And yeah, I love that Sharon says to teach pure love. Yes, that is your why. Oh my, yeah. Yes, that, like, what other compass do we need? To be a vessel of light. Linda says to be a vessel of light. Right? What else do we need? That just like blew my heart chakra open. Those beautiful shares. Thank you all for sharing and for being here for this Frequency Intel. Kimberly says, beautiful. Beautiful. I love that your why is beauty. That it's so profound. What other kind of a why do we need? What other kind of a motivation do we need for being here on earth at this time, other than being the mystics that we are and claiming our light worker status to be the way showers into the new paradigm, the fifth dimensional paradigm of the new earth, of the golden age of humanity, and living from the frequency of love. Thank you for joining me, and I look forward to sharing more frequency intels next Sunday. Take care.